Hi, it's Sam Luscombe here from Luscombe MG Leeds, and I'm in sunny Leeds today with the brand new MG ZS EV long range, and this is the Trophy Connect. Let me show you around. So this is the range topping Trophy Connect model, finished in the stunning new colour for this car. It's the Monument Silver, metallic silver paint finish. And if I give you a quick walk around of the car, I'll show you how it's changed from the previous version. The first thing you'll note straight away from the front is the charging port has moved off centre to the left slightly, which is now far easier to access, with a LED indicator showing you the charge status, and you've got AC and DC charge ports there. This car's got the 72 kilowatt battery, which gives 273 miles worth of range. So, giving you a walk around the car, as you'll notice, the changes to the car on the outside are subtle. There's newly redesigned front and rear bumpers, front end and rear end, and there's now a flat design to the boot opening. Looking inside, it appears the dimensions are very much the same as the outgoing model. But where this car really steps forward from the previous version is inside. So let me take you inside and have a look round. So stepping inside the newly refreshed cabin, you'll notice a change in the design of the seats with this new contrast red stitching and leather style across the dash. But the first thing that will immediately spring to mind is this new 10.1 inch colour touchscreen infotainment system. Now, the hardware itself is the same as on the internal combustion engine version of this, but the software is completely new and redesigned, and much for the better, I would have to add there as well. So the elements of frustration with lagginess and that sort of thing on the old version are completely disappeared, and it's quick, responsive and intuitive. So to give you a quick run through of where this is going to set you apart from the existing ZS EV, we're going to take a look through what you can do. So firstly is charging status. So you can now select a charging threshold as to, sorry, we're on discharge there at the moment. Let me go back to charging. So you can set a threshold as to where you want the charge to go. Now, MG class this as battery health and long journey mode, if depending on whether you need it to full or to 80%. But what you can do is now schedule charging from within the infotainment system itself. So I know a lot of people will benefit from cheaper rate nighttime electricity, so you can bring it on to start at midnight and end at 5 AM. And this was never possible from within the car on the previous version of the car, and was only possible through smart chargers. Now obviously this is now accessible both through the car itself and also from the companion app, which I've got here, and I will show you a bit more about shortly. Now, another new feature is the traction battery heating, which will allow you to heat the battery so that rapid charging speeds can be achieved, faster rapid charging speeds can be achieved. So you can turn that on or off there as you're getting towards a rapid charge. Now there's also discharge settings as well, which is a new one because of the vehicle to load functionality. So if you're using the battery in the car to charge up to power other electrical items, you can set a threshold to make sure that you leave yourself enough battery in the car for your onward journey. Now that will obviously be that will require the adapter cable from MG, which we don't have any details on pricing as yet. Now, taking to the home screen, we've got standard media stuff in the centre, which I'm going to come on to shortly, but the next big difference with this car is the inbuilt sat-nav. So if I'm completely honest, the inbuilt sat-nav on the previous generation of the ZS EV was, being polite, average. So on this version, MG have gone to town and have given it far, far greater functionality, more in line with what you'd expect to see from Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So one of the things that I've noticed straight away is, depending on what range you have left in the vehicle, it will show you charge points within that drivable range. So at the moment we've got 250 miles, so I'm not too concerned, but suddenly if that range is down to 20 or 30, this becomes a really, really useful feature to say, right, I want to go to that charger there. What have they got there? They've got 3 kilowatt, maybe I'm not going to go to that one actually, thinking about it. I'm going to go to that one there. I'm not going to go to that one there because I know it's a good one. And it shows me that they've got, it's an Ionity, they've got 130 kilowatt and they've got 4 of them. Let's go. The only thing it doesn't show is the status as to whether they are currently in use or not. Now, fortunately, I knew that Ionity was just around the corner and was a rapid charger. But if you're somewhere unknown and you're not sure, then you can go into your EV preferences and say that I only want to show super fast rapids above 50 kilowatts, fast charger between 15 and 50. Basically, I'm only going to want those two when I'm searching for chargers out and about. So now if I go back and change that to being... I've already got a route set up here, so if I show charging ports on, then I'm now just getting a list of the rapid chargers. So quite a handy little feature. As you can see, as I'm playing around with this, it's really sharp, really quick. There's no lag whatsoever. It's a massive, massive step forward. Now, I've not even gone into the Apple CarPlay yet, which I'm sure everyone's familiar with. It hasn't really changed. I was hoping that it might be wireless. If I pop my phone down there, you will see. Let me just change that. You will see that we get... Oops, hope that's not anybody's profile. You will see that we get wireless charging. Unfortunately, I was expecting, or hoping rather, to see wireless CarPlay. It doesn't appear to be the case unless I haven't yet found it. It may be the case, I'm still learning. Now, if I come across here, what I can also show you is the improvements made to the air conditioning, which is now climate control. So as you can see here, I can choose a ambient temperature for within the cabin, and no matter what happens with the ambient temperature, it will keep the car at that temperature. And there's also nice graphics here to show that if I want it windscreen, or if I want it to come through the front blowers. Coming back out of that, we then have a load of vehicle settings for the MG Pilot. So, for example, the sensitivity, the lane keep assist, the traffic jam assist. I know there was one question as to regards, will the car regen on on adaptive cruise control? I'm afraid the answer is not. It still doesn't have that functionality, unfortunately. The 360 camera. So you get the bird's eye view. On top, you then get, we're currently looking at the front, which you can see over on the right hand side here. You can choose that to be rear facing, as you can see one of our valeters just walked past. Curbs, which is great for when you reverse parallel parking, to make sure you're not going to curb the alloy wheels. And what you can also do is go into a 3D view and look around the car from any preferred angle. There's also some settings in there as well. So the indicator, the cameras in the indicator will turn on when you're indicating at low speeds, which you can turn off, or you can add parking lines along there. On the previous version of this car, there was a voice activation button on the right hand side of the steering wheel, which is still here. Now that on the previous version only really worked with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now it's got use for the inbuilt system. Now, what I can do with this is something gimmicky, like open the sunroof. Because putting my hand up there to do it is so difficult. But actually something a bit more useful, like call mum. And I'm going to put that down before she picks up. Oops. From this home screen, I've then got the option to choose what media I want. So obviously, if I want the radio, I can click into that. I've got DAB, FM and AM, but I can also go into here, which is Bluetooth, USB music, or Amazon Music. Now, because this is a Trophy Connect, it has the Amazon Music integration. Now, I've logged in with my Amazon account. Now, I'm not an Amazon Music member, so it's only giving me the option of a free trial. So while this does have the integration for Amazon Music, it's not an Amazon Music subscription. Now, the £500 that you pay for the Trophy Connect gets you all these features for life, but it doesn't give you Amazon Music as a product, if you like. So you can connect up your Amazon Music account, but it doesn't give you Amazon Music, if you see that. So what I think everyone's probably interested in is to see how the app works and how intuitive it is. So I've been quite impressed with this so far. So this is the home screen of the app. You can see the vehicle is parked. We're at 97% battery, 261 miles of range left, and if I'm not with the car, which I currently am, I can see where it is. I can also get a route to the car. I'm in it, so I don't need to do that. This companion app is sort of designed for when you're not with the car. I'm going to step out. Let me turn it off first. And lock the car up. Mirrors fold in, as they did on the previous version. And let's just pretend that I've just woken up and it is freezing, as it was this morning. I've actually tried this out myself last night. So I'm going to go to my MG iSmart app and I'm going to refresh and get an updated status. So you can see the car is on 97% battery, 261 miles of range remaining, and there's a set of function buttons across the bottom. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to see the status of the car. So it's going to do a quick diagnostic scan here, which is going to whiz through a few of the key things here. It's going to show me that there is 12 things they've checked. Everything's fine. The car's locked, the doors are all closed, the window's closed, the sunroof's closed. Tyre pressure monitoring system shows that they're all at about 2.6, 2.7 bar, and everything is turned off. Now, what it also shows me down the bottom here is the interior and exterior temperature. Now, this morning when I looked at that, the exterior temperature was 3 degrees and the interior temperature was 5 degrees, I think. So my first port of call, because I did not want a cold bum when I got in this morning, was to go to the AC. So you've got to put in a security code, which you can set within the app here. Now, I'm going to not necessarily show you what that is, because that's my PIN number for everything. And it's going to turn the automatic air conditioning climate control on. Now, it's doing this remotely. The car's over there, but it'll do it from anywhere in the world. So it's been switched on and it will automatically turn off after 10 minutes, which should give you enough time to nicely toast the car. So I can now see that we've got some air conditioning happening. So if I click up here, I can then choose what temperature I want the car to be, which is quite nice. It's currently set to 19. I want it at 24. Let's send that to the car, put in my PIN number again, and we are away. So that's turned it on, and I've now set the temperature. Let's just fast forward 5 minutes, and I've realised that it's also frosty. Then what I can do is go into here and say, right, I want the front window to be defrosted. Now, you've got to turn the air conditioning off for that. So again, I'm just going to whip in my code. If I was really switched on with the video editing, I'd just blur it out now, but I haven't got that, so you have to just... I'm doing it, I promise. I'll show you the lovely car while I'm doing that. So what you can do then is set the front window to defrost, which is what I did this morning, and it was all lovely and clear. So I've just stepped back inside because it was pretty freezing outside, and you can see that there's 5 areas within this app. So you've got remote control, which is the area I was just in, and you've got travel, which again allows you to do all your the same functionality you were doing on the screen earlier on, but do it on the phone, and then you can send those locations through to the sat nav on the screen, and it's all joined up for you. You've then got MG Touchpoint, which I'm assuming, and I've not had confirmation of this yet, is where the over-the-air updates will live. It pulls up all the list of your closest MG dealers. I'm hopeful that Luscombe MG will be at the top of the list, given that we are literally there. And you can get directions. You can there's a service tab in here, or you can book a test drive, which you can do if you would like. This car is here, it's physical, I'm sat in it, it exists, and it is going to be taxed as of this afternoon, so it will be ready to take out on test drives. And then you've got your charge management. So charge management will show you what's happening with the battery. It allows you to schedule charging that I showed you on the screen, basically just the companion app version of that. And then you've got my profile, you can change your security code, do this, that and the other. What I'm going to show you is the all new digital dials. While that's just actually, I'm not, what I'm going to do before that is one of the questions that I wanted to answer was, is there a USB slot up here for dash cams? And the answer is yes, there is. I haven't yet confirmed whether that takes a permanent live feed. We always put our dash cams into the fuse box, into a permanent live, so that it will continue to record even when you're not with the car via the accelerometer. If you're interested in dash cams, we can talk to you more about that. But let's just get this. So this screen is now all digital. You've got tyre pressure monitoring system there. It's showing there's no faults. Now, one of the key things it shows is that you have your range, 260 miles, and you also have your battery percentage in the same shot. So left hand side 260 miles, right hand side 96%. So hopefully that removes some of the guesswork that you might have had on the previous version. Now the toggle switches down here is still the same, so I can go from normal to sport to eco, and I've still got KERS 1, 2 and 3 in exactly the same way as before. Now finally, if I go across these menus, I've got the MG Pilot. That's again working the same way. So now the adaptive cruise is using the settings of the car in front is using 3 bars across the top. I'm not sure if you can see that as they come on. Oops, auto lights have just turned off. As opposed to on the car, but the ACC works in the same way. And the where are we? 2 seconds. There we go. Look, we've got the trip computer, and we've got the current journey in the same way, and it also shows you the electrical information, the motor speed, the voltage, and the miles per kilowatt hour. Which I've not really taken this for a drive yet, so that's my next port of call. I think that's probably not that whistle stop. That's quite a in-depth run through of what I've seen so far. There will be plenty more. There will be plenty of getting used to this and plenty more to learn. More information to come out, but I thought I'd just get this quick video together for you to show you the car's here. It's in the flesh. It's got nice LED headlights, as you can now see, and if you've got any more questions, anything I haven't covered in this, I appreciate I've probably been on a bit of a ramble for the last 10-15 minutes. If you've got any questions, please feel free to let me know.